Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI, welcome you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 178. In the last episode, we checked out we started the leftovers fragment that popped up after we did all the other fragments in the choices. And we saw that Akasaka, after our main story I guess, is some sort of bloody maniac assassin killer. So let's see how that carries on. It looks like it's carrying on with him. Akasaka was training inside a dark dojo filled with a smell of sweat and mould. The dojo was located in the middle of downtown, in a small building. It wasn't that big, and they weren't that well equipped either. It certainly didn't look like a dojo, where a person as skilled as Akasaka would train. There were only 3 or 4 students there, including Akasaka, but this was the dojo he picked. To Akasaka, karate was certainly a weapon for crushing his enemies, but now he was seeking something further from it. To achieve his goal, a dojo with many young students having actual physical lessons wouldn't work. He had gone to so many different dojos, and this was the one he finally settled on. Every time Akasaka punched a sandbag, the heavy thud of his punch and the clang of the sandbag's chain would echo. He wasn't just punching blindly. He thought first, developed those thoughts, and then punch. It was more of a deep and low vibration than a proper sound. Drops of sweat scattered, and the dust welled up in the air. It was a perfect blow, embodying the concept of one strike, one kill. But he wasn't satisfied. He closed his eyes, controlled his breathing as if trying to hear the cries of cicadas, then he punched again. From a beginner's perspective, it looked like he was taking breaks between each. The other students training on their own would glance over and sense a fearsome respect at his focused blows. I heard Akasaka-san works at the police department. Really? If someone like him is a police officer, I don't want to do anything bad. Still, his concentration sure is amazing. He never gets tired. On his days off, Akasaka came to the dojo in the early morning, and he silently trained all day. His training was no longer physical, but mental. The other students were already aware that his continuous concentration was the secret of his strength. However, that was easier said than done. As long as a person lives, they are bound by countless ties and idle thoughts. For a person to submit all his will into such singular focus is more like trying to attain enlightenment than something in the realm of martial arts. Man has tried many different methods to achieve such enlightenment, and what we've learned is that there is no one way to reach it, and a path one takes can reach it if mastered. Karate is what Akasaka chose. The rumours say that his wife is dead. Supposedly, he does karate to forget about that. Really? That's different from what I heard. I heard he couldn't save a girl on the job, leading him to realise his weaknesses, or something like that. Hey, I can hear you. Quit talking about other people and train. Yes, sir. There's a small beeping noise. Somebody's watch was letting them know it was noon. Akasaka-san, we're going to get some lunch. Can we get you something too? Sure. I don't care what you get. Thanks. Akasaka was more pleased to be alone in the dojo than to have anyone bring him lunch. When they left, silence filled the building. Shit. My focus dissipated because they were talking to me. But if that happened because of that bit of small talk, that meant he had much more training to do. He had to train much harder if he wanted to achieve enlightenment. He focused again and started to punch the sandbag, but the sound was a lot lighter than before, and obviously the strength in his fists was no longer there. Realising that he needed to take a break, Akasaka pulled out a towel from his bag and sat down. The sound of cicadas soaked into his body. The windows were open, but there was no breeze coming in. Still, he could feel the cool air, if just a little. Just as they said, the reason Akasaka started karate was because of Yuki's death. Of course, losing against the suspect in that kidnapping incident was one reason too, but more than that, the pain from Yuki's death was what made him start. Yuki fell down the stairs at the hospital and died while he was on a business trip in Shishibon. He couldn't get rid of the depression, so he started learning karate. But in June 1983, when the Great Hinamazawa disaster occurred, he realised something very important. A girl had predicted Yuki's death, and in return, she wanted him to help her. Yuki's death was an accident. He could have told himself that there was nothing he could have done. But as for the girl, Rika Furude's death was different. She knew about her own death 5 years prior. When the disaster occurred, he remembered Uishi and called him to make sure he was okay, then found out about everything. When he was caught up, he fell into despair. Rika Furude was the turning point in his life. If he had believed what she predicted, and did something about it, maybe Yuki wouldn't have had to fall down the stairs. He took the oath to serve the public as a police officer, yet he didn't even notice the plea for help from a little girl. He shoved aside a conspiracy surrounding her until it was too late. He had 5 years to do something about it, but he didn't do anything, and she died. Visiting Hinamizawa for the kidnapping case of the minister's grandson was definitely the turning point in his life. If he had only listened to what that girl said, Yuki would never have died, and he could have been there to help Rika Furude. Those two things continued to haunt him. The investigation into the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa that he heard about from Oishi was put on indefinite hiatus because of the disaster, but it was apparent to both of them that there was some conspiracy behind it all. To challenge such things, he did all the strength and experience that he could muster. He was devoting himself to gain such strength, but it was too late. Everything had already ended. While he was stuck in his dilemma, the dojo instructor admonished him. There's nothing one can do about what's already done. So in that case, the only thing he can do is train diligently so that if the same thing is to happen again, he will be able to save a person in need. It's all too late. Everything's already over. Yuki died in an accident. Hinamizawa was destroyed in the gas disaster, and Rika-chan was murdered as her intestines were ripped out while she was alive. Shit. I was too obsessed with Yuki's death and couldn't hear the girl's pleas for help. No, if I had listened to her, I could have prevented Yuki's accident too. Damn it. Damn it. Shit. He has so much regret, right? As Akasaka clutched his hair and looked up, he noticed a small shrine overhead that protected the dojo. Akasaka respected both Shinto and Buddhism, but he had never thought of praying to gods in times of despair. But for the first time, he felt like praying for help. If it was something he was capable of doing himself, he would never even consider praying. But as it was something he couldn't resolve on his own, he prayed. It was a very selfish wish. If his wish were to come true, everyone in the whole world would wish for the same thing. Please, please give me another chance to go back to that time. I swear that this time, I will save the both of them. At that moment, Akasaka's body suddenly felt very light. No, it's more like he was losing balance, as if he was fainting. Perhaps it was because he shouted so loudly after training, and his brain was lacking in oxygen. But he couldn't take his eyes off the shrine. Thank you, Akasaka. We needed your thoughts. Was this a hallucination? Akasaka felt like a stranger was talking to him. You must wish for a miracle, and you must wish for a miracle too. Otherwise a miracle will never occur. Unless everyone wishes for a miracle, it won't occur. Unless both sides reach out, their hands won't meet in the middle. He didn't know what she was trying to say, but somehow he felt like he couldn't miss a single word of it. He felt like it was something very, very important. Akasaka, if you wish for it, I'll grant you this miracle. And it'll be a miracle for both of us too. Joining these broken fragments will give us the chance to create an even greater fragment. Your resolve, on its own, may greatly influence everyone's fates and intentions. Can you turn back time to that day? No, I can't do that. The only thing I can do is to let you notice that things you can't learn from one fragment, you can learn from others. So all you have to do is return to this broken fragment to where it belongs. That's a big miracle itself, although you probably won't even notice it. Thank you, Akasaka. Thank you for remembering me. I don't even know how much time I've spent asking you for help. But finally, you've reached you. So I'll say it one more time. Please help me. No. Please help us. Oh. So that's Akasaka's weird way of coming to help us out. It works out somehow. I guess. Ah, we're back here again. I didn't know that would happen. So, we can go back to that one because it's cracked. Right? I mean, it's all we can do, so let's do it. It was long. It really was long. Are you okay? Is your spirit still alive? Do we have all the pieces we want lined up on the game board? Is this everything we have that can go up against Takano and the minions in the Game of Fate in the June of 1983? I think, maybe, we have everything. And last but not least, Hanyu, it's you. The time you have left to be a piece is limited, but that doesn't mean you can't show up in the game. Should we begin? I've put in hundreds of years just for this moment. Someone, ooh, achievement, it's all coming together. Okay. Someone once suggested that believing is like placing a bet with coins of hope. In other words, believing means taking a risk. You gain something if you win, but you lose something if you fail. As with any gamble, we try to make sure we win and then bet a coin. But as with any gamble, there's no guarantee of victory. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's how you increase the number of coins you have. But if you keep losing, you don't want to continue gambling. It's then that you realise that if you don't gamble, you don't have to lose anything. Not gambling on anything is the same as not believing in anything. Not believing in anything is the same as not involving yourself in anything. And not involving yourself in anything is the same as not existing. Therefore, she didn't exist. The one coin she had in her heart was the last one. If she lost it, she'd disappear. I see. Okay. If she lost it, she'd disappear. That was why she was hesitating to make a bet. She had been running, trying not to get involved in any type of match, because she was afraid of betting it by accident? Nah. But just like in a game of poker, she could lose her coin by folding. She tried not to lose her last coin, but that meant she was going to lose it eventually anyway. There's something she didn't know. Actually, I didn't know it at the time either. The more coins bet into the pool, the higher our chances of winning this game. In other words, the more frightened we are, the more we'll keep losing the game before us. It's just like carrying a portable shrine. It's impossible to carry such a heavy thing by oneself. But when people put their strength together, they can lift it easily. It's a clear borderline between too heavy to lift and easily lifted. Just like how the balance on a scale tips with just little weight. The big, heavy shrine before us couldn't be lifted. Everyone tried their hardest to raise it, but couldn't. I didn't help because I was sure it couldn't budge. I don't participate in games I know I can't win. So I didn't bet my coin. But that was wrong of me. Maybe the portable shrine could have been lifted if I joined. For the longest time, I'd been pretending to be a bystander. I always thought I was there just to find out if my coin was worth betting or not. But that was wrong. I'm not just an onlooker, nor should I be a bystander. I should have participated. The game I've been facing doesn't look like a game I can win. It doesn't look like a game that's worth betting on. But by betting on it, or by participating in it, or by believing in it, the outcome might change. To gamble on something is the same as to believe in something. To believe in something is the same as to be involved in something. To be involved in something is the same as to exist. Therefore, she existed. So, she who was a bystander before, just watching. Okay everyone, homeroom is starting. No more chit-chatting. Class rep, go ahead. All rise. Bow. Good morning. Sit down. Rattle, rattle, rattle. It's an ordinary morning. The only difference is that it started a little later than usual. Chie-sensei normally arrives in the classroom right away, but she's a little late today. Why was she late for homeroom? The rumours were already stirring about the classroom before she arrived. Chie-sensei gave a cue, and the girl peeked in the room timidly. Here we go. New character. Well, she's actually participating. Oh, it's a new student, Hanyu Furude-san. She's going to be joining us starting today. Wow! The voices of welcome, delight and surprise all mixed together and filled the classroom. Furude? Is she related to Rika-chan? Yes, she is. She's my distant relative. My, that's quite a surprise even to me. I was uninformed that Rika had relatives. Hey, this old man didn't know either. Well, the three families are rather complicated. I wouldn't be surprised if I had distant relatives myself. But she sure does look related to Rika-chan. Oh, what a cutie. Oh, all my classmates had gotten excited. The new girl looked rather intimidated by it all. Rika-chan's rather carefree, but this Hanyu seems like the complete opposite. She's more like a shy woodland animal. The exact type that Rena loves. Look, see? Rena's ready to swallow her whole. Okay, Hanyu-san, please introduce yourself. Settle down everyone. Go ahead, Hanyu-san. Chie-sensei left the podium and encouraged Hanyu to take over. The even greater pressure of the silence left her standing there timidly for a little bit. Well, that's understandable. It's very nerve-wracking to watch though. I'm Hanyu Furude. I'm Rika's relative. Meep! She's my relative. Please be nice to her. Rika-chan can tell that she's too nervous to introduce herself. She's right to break the silence. Pressuring her like this isn't fair. Which is why I decided to make it more lively. It called Furude, just like Rika-chan, huh? Now we have 2 Furudes in the class. Then how about we call her Hanyu-san? If we call her Furude-san, Rika might think we're addressing her, don't you think? We generally call each other by our first names here. She's one of us starting today, so we should call her by her first name too. Okay, it's decided. We'll call you Hanyu. I'm Mion Sonozaki, the class president. Call me Mion, okay? Oh ho ho ho. I'm Satoko Hojo. Very pleased to meet you, Hanyu-san. I'm Daiki Tomita. My parents run a tofu shop. Please come by anytime. I'm Suguru Okamura. Please ask me if you don't know anything. Hello. Let's be friends, okay? What grade are you in? Our classmates fell over each other to introduce themselves. Everyone tried to get her to remember their names so they could be friends. A friendly atmosphere swelled in the room. I've only just transferred recently myself. This is exactly how it was my first day too. I remember how nervous I was and how much I appreciated this as a result. I know more than anyone how nerve-wracking it is to be a new student. I should look after her. I agree. We'll have to help her blend into the class quickly. Right, you were a new student last year, huh? Were you nervous on your first day too? Oh, we're Kaiichi, aren't we? I don't know. Yep, but Mi-chan and the others were so nice to me that I got used to the class pretty quickly. I think. Well, yeah, to welcome a newcomer to the village is one of the 3 families' important duties. You only mention the 3 families when it suits your purposes. But it's true that you all helped me get used to such a different environment. In that case, doesn't that mean it's your turn to look after her, Kai-chan? Yeah, Kaiichi. Yeah, I thought so too. Rena was a new student, but she looked after me when I got here. So it's my turn to look after the next new student. A new student always dramatically changes the atmosphere of a class. Even my attitude has changed. We decided to gather around Hanyu during lunch break. I'm like gonna being back to like normal arc style now. I enjoyed the fragment side too, it was addictive, but you know. Okay, remember, you can only ask Hanyu 1 question each, okay? Why don't we ask her some personal questions so we get to know her better? Let's see, we'll be the first to go. You up, Okamura? What's your favourite food? What's your favourite food? Oh, I like sweets. Sorry, I repeated that. My favourite kind are cream puffs. Oh, that's wonderful. I love cream puffs too. It's a very good sweet shop in Okanamaya. I'll take you there sometime. Okay boys, did you all hear that? If you want Hanyu to like you, get her some cream puffs, okay? Not the cheap ones though. Get her something expensive. Let's see, who's next? If there's no one else, I'll ask what colour her underwear is today. Ow. Everyone kept asking Hanyu questions, and she looked all panicky again. I guess this is like a traditional ceremony for a new student. Remember this is exactly how my first day went. Mion and Satoko seemed amused, so it must be the same for them too. I noticed Rena watching the scene before her with a distant look in her eyes. She's probably remembering her first day too. You recall what it was like? Eh? Yeah. Were you thinking about something else? You aren't thinking about taking Hanyu home, are you? No? No way. I'm not thinking that since Hanyu-chan likes cream puffs. And since I have some good cream puffs at home, that she should come over or anything like that. How? I'm taking her home with me. If she doesn't go to school tomorrow, it'll be your fault, Rena. How, that's mean. As we watched Hanyu and our classmates have fun, Rena and I laughed together. Hey Kaiichi-kun, this sure is great, huh? Yeah, it is. It's great to meet a new classmate. Hey. No, not that. I mean, I think I've seen her a few times before. Hanyu? Maybe you saw her when she and her family came to look at the area before they moved here? You sure have a good memory, Rena. No, it's not like that. Hanyu-chan has been here for a long time. She's been right beside us all the while, watching us play together. For ages now. Is it just me? Didn't you notice Kaiichi-kun? No, I haven't seen her before. So you're saying that you've met her before, Rena? From what I can see, this is the first time Mion and Satoko have met Hanyu. If she's been that close to us, like Rena said, it's impossible that none of us would remember her. You sure? Besides, Hanyu is a transfer student. She couldn't have been here in this village that often. Do you think so? I swear I've seen her pretty often. It's your imagination. Even Hanyu just said she was living far away before she moved here. But I've seen her before. Oh. Rena looked like she was trying to remember more. It's probably one of those deja vu experiences. Although it's the first time you see something, it feels like you've seen it before. Oh well, just forget about it. She's here now, right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she always seemed so eager to join us, so I'm glad that she's one of us now. Rena smiled with tears in her eyes. When I looked over at her, Rika-chan was wearing the same expression. It made no sense to me why those two looked that way. But as soon as Satoko came over and pulled a prank on me, I forgot all about it. As you would. See you later. These are the words that signal the best time of the school day. As soon as the last period ended, my classmates ran out of the room. Hanyu was popular all day today. She's Rika-chan's age, so all the lower grade students gathered around her. Older students like me and Mion didn't have a chance to get close to her. Well, I'm sure they'd rather have a new student who's their age than a scary looking older guy. Ah, that's right, you looked so scary at first, Keiichi-kun. It's probably because you were nervous. Hey, that's mean. I was trying to be friendly so I could get along with the class. You're far from friendly. You slapped me upside the head on your first day, Keiichi-san. Don't you recall? That's because of how I was treated on my first day. There was a thumbtack on the seat of my chair, and even a frog in my desk. We heard there was a new student in the teacher's office, so we went to take a peek. We saw you there, and you looked so nervous that Sadako must have thought she'd had to do something to help you relax. Ho ho ho! As your elder, I was being considerate, you see? That's impossible. Although that blackboard eraser trap sure did help to ease my tension. But Sadako will be so pleased with herself if I tell her that, so I'll never admit it. Hanyu-chan must have gone home with everyone else. I'm sure she's still popular, even after school. Still, your first day at a new school is always really exhausting. I'm sure she'll sleep very well tonight. I'm quite sure too. Oh. Okay everyone, it's been a while since I've been busy with work quite a bit lately. Time for a club meeting. I've been waiting for this. It's been so long that I've gotten rusty. Meep. I've been bored because I haven't rubbed a loser's head in a while. How? I won't lose. I won't be holding back just because it's been a while. Are we actually going to have a club activity? It's been so long. You sure have pent-up frustrations, huh? Great, that makes things even more interesting. Everyone's motivated, huh? You better watch out. I'm in top form today. Mion, you're going to wish you went to work instead. Mion's had to work quite a bit lately because her uncle's shop is short on staff, so we haven't done any club activities for a long while. For us, club activities are the main reason we come to school. In a way, we live for these few hours after school. If there are no club activities, there's no point in coming here at all. So it only makes sense for us to be excited about getting to have a meeting again. Come back to sex. I guess none of us will be satisfied with an ordinary game. What should we play? Mion looked into the club locker. I'm always curious about what's in the locker and how much of it there is. I swear there's more in there than it can realistically hold, like a clown car. Just then, we heard the door open. Oh, Hanyu-chan? She's back. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Did you forget something? I thought she had already gone home. Did she forget her lunchbox or something? It's not that big a deal to forget a textbook, but you can't forget a lunchbox. Oh. Hanyu, what is it? You looking for something? Hanyu looked at us apologetically. What is it? Are we in the way? She kept staring at us timidly. Are we sitting in Hanyu's seat? No, that's not it. What is it, Hanyu-chan? Can we help you? Can we? Oh. Rena talked to her, but there's no communication to be had. Almost like trying to have a conversation with a stray cat. What is this? Hanyu was fixated on something. I followed her gaze and found Rika-chan. Hanyu's apologetic gaze was directed at Rika-chan. Meep. Ow. Is that how they talk? I won't say anything. If you want it, you need to say it yourself, Hanyu. Ow. With that, I finally figured it out. Hanyu wanted to say something, but she didn't know how to say it, so she wanted Rika-chan to say it for her. But Rika-chan told her to say it herself. In other words, we need to listen to what Hanyu has to say. We patiently waited for Hanyu to speak up. But when I think about what happened this morning, I realise this kind of silence makes her even more nervous. Rena, noticing that, talked to her in a sweet tone of voice. What is it, Hanyu-chan? Can you tell me? I'll help you. Ow. What is it? Can you say it one more time? Ow. Eh? Rena raised her voice. What? Let this old man know too. What is it? Are you sure? What could it be? Please share it with us all. Ah, well... I want to join a club. Eh? And you said it loudly, as if to shake off her embarrassment. Haha. Now that's a surprise. Where'd you hear about us? Oh, I want to join. I want to join your club. Very good. You did a great job. Clap, clap, clap. Miki-chan must have known that Hanyu wanted to join the club all along. Mion folded her arms with a smile and stared at Hanyu as if appraising her. Needless to say, Hanyu was intimidated. You're awfully reckless jumping into mortal peril by choice. But our club isn't just any old club. Only a select few are allowed to join. That's only after passing a gruesome trial. Just because you want to join doesn't mean you can, you know. Ah, look, Hanyu-chan. Mi-chan's club might look fun, but, you know, it's not that easy. I already know that. You have to win, otherwise you don't know what might happen. You sure you're aware of that? I won't lose. Besides, Hanyu swallowed once and said what was on her mind. It sounded like a big thing to say for her, as though it had a much deeper meaning. I used to hate to lose, so I always ran away from every game. But running away is even worse than losing. I can win only if I continue to fight, despite the pain of failure. That's something I've learned. Hanyu? When Mion realised that, although she looked timid, Hanyu was actually very courageous. She grinned. Looks like she's grown fond of her. Well, well, she's got guts. How about it, Mion? Why don't we let her try, huh? Let her take the entrance exam. It usually takes more than a few weeks to determine if one is even qualified to take the exam, yet she wants to take it on her first day? What should I do? Mion pretended to be stubborn, but in reality, she was simply playing with her. If she actually didn't want her to join, she would have refused her right away. Of course, if Hanyu was bothered by this kind of intimidation, she wouldn't be able to survive in this club. Just like Rena and Satko said, our club is relentless. Winning should be your utmost goal. Always aim for first place. And if you come in last, you will wish you were never born. Oh, I'll do my best. The punishment for losing is actually kind of fun too. Hanyu-chan, you've been watching the whole time, huh? You've been wanting to join them for the longest time, huh? I got the feeling that Rena had just mumbled something like that. Come on, Mion, let it try. I got in by going through that too, you know? Quite true. Let's see what Hanyu-san's made of. Have fun, Hanyu-chan. I won't hold back, okay? I won't hold back either. I'll only give you my best, Hanyu. Ow. Very well. Hanyu Furude, you're on. You're allowed to take the entrance exam. Okay then. We'll have to choose a game that Hanyu knows how to play. What would be good? Oh. What about this? Mion threw a deck of cards onto the desk. Does this mean... We'll play a game that everyone knows. How about Old Maid? Okay. Oh, that's fine. Here she goes. This is exactly what I had to endure when I went through this entrance exam. This is the marked tile deck. Oh yeah, I remember. All that time ago. Oh. That's a very enthusiastic response. However, our club's version of Old Maid's a little different, no? Most of the cards have scratches on the back, so by memorising the scratches, you can tell what card it is. In other words, the more you've played this game, the better you are at it. This is simply our way of being mean to newcomers. Hanyu-chan, you can do it. It's a trial. How? You can do it, yeah. It sure brings back memories. I had to go through this too. It just happened recently, but I still feel so nostalgic. However, that doesn't mean I'll go easy on you. Just like how merciless they all were when I did the exam. I'll put everything I've got into this. Right, everyone? Prepare yourself, Hanyu-san. Here we go. If you want to join, let us see what you got. Roger. Bacon. I'll call your hand from the right, okay? Ace, 3, 4, 7, Jack, and Queen. It's too late to hide now. Ow. Sorry, Hanyu-chan. This is the Ace of Spades, right? I'm out. Haha, did you get it, Hanyu? This is the entrance exam for our club. Meep. Kaiichi's putting his leftover grudge from his own entrance exam into this game. Come on, Kai-chan. You sure you should be saying things like that? Hanyu, take Kai-chan's card on the right. That's what you need to win. Ow, I'm done. What? That's not fair. Okay, I'm dead serious now. How dare you make me mad? Hanyu, do you want to go home on a leash wearing shorts with a tail on them on your first day? My, I think you would look better in them, Kaiichi-san. Oh, yes, yes. And I'm gonna take him home with me. I'll make him do that punishment. That's a great idea. I'm in too. Hey, you guys, why are you picking on me, huh? Fine then. I'm gonna make all of you do it. It's good to have some of this light-heartedness after all this. I forgot how much I missed the club activities. And that's where we're going to end it off, the midway point. So, this has been GreenyXI. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again in a bit. I guess we see what happens after the club activities. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit. Oh, quick side note. I don't know how many people will hear this, but I haven't had notifications about comments and stuff lately, or only the odd one, which is weird. So, I don't know why YouTube has suddenly started doing that, but I am trying to look through videos and see where they are, but if they're too old, I just can't look through every video, you know. Anyway, thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.